look, I'm turning myself into Orin from Baldur's Gate 3. I did start out with some body paint already on, I was trying to figure out the color. So I'm using a mixture of ink, squid, and bone tone to create this, her kind of skin color here. It took me a while to mix back and forth. I was still kind of going back and forth when I started the stream, trying to get that perfect color, and because I had to keep remixing it. There are parts that aren't exactly matching up throughout the entire thing, but I tried my best to try making it match the entire way. So just covering all of my face and whatnot. And typically Orin has like this headpiece, you can see it in the upper left hand corner, that she wears, but I couldn't find anything even remotely close, just like part of it. I couldn't find literally any aspect of it, so I decided to just kind of create just part of it and have that on my forehead out of the body paint, just that way we still had a reference to the fact that she has that, but like you're not gonna just generally see it because I just couldn't find it for the life of me. Like, I looked everywhere I could think of, but I just couldn't find one that, like, looked similar enough. I know other people have found one. I may just be using the wrong, like, search words. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't find it, to save the life of me. So I'm just going in, finishing up the kind of face. So I kind of just started off with the gray eyeshadow to kind of set my eyelids. And then I'm trying to create the blonde that she has going on for her eyebrows. Honestly, I should have been wearing a blonde wig versus this white one, but I couldn't find my blondish wig, so we want the white one. Now I'm just taking a darker gray tone and black to give myself a nice smoky eye all the way around, and then also using those same colors for contour throughout my face, putting on some liner. And then I'm taking Witches from KVD Beauty and then just blotting it out, so that way it's kind of more that muted black lip that she's got going on here. And then I'm taking a red liner. I don't think this one's sold anymore from ColourPop. And I'm just putting that everywhere like it's veins. You can achieve this just using the cream gel liners, which they still have in stock. So yeah, just making kind of veins kind of everywhere, and then I'm going to be going over a lot of those with gray shadows, just kind of push them back into the skin, because generally you don't see the veins super like on the surface, but like she's got like deceased skin, so like stuff is standing out in ways it normally doesn't on a human body. And then I'm taking the darker gray shadow. This is all from the Morphe Abby Roberts palette, and I am creating the shadows of around where the kind of meat suit's gonna go. One thing I always hate when I do body paints, when I use eyeshadows, it gets up my nose and then I sneeze all the time because there's just shadow in my nose. But yeah, just create shadows kind of everywhere around where the meat suit's gonna go. I think it's a meat suit, like a very thinly slight meat suit. It's not like Lady Gaga version meat suit, but it's like something close. I was gonna do like blood, but when I put on the blood later when I was trying to take pictures, it didn't turn out right. So we're just going with the bloodless version, but like Orin's definitely like got blood on her all the time. So I'm just taking a red. This is cherry. All the body paint that I'm using is from Made to Look. Just kind of filling out all the space where the blood suit is. If I go back and forth between the two things, it's just because it looks like blood, but it's also meat, and we don't quite know what it is. At least I don't know what it is. I have yet to get, like, I've seen her in game, but I haven't finished Act 3 yet, so no spoilers as to what happens. I know she's one of the main antagonists, and I've encountered her. I just haven't gotten that far yet. But yeah, put the red everywhere where the meat suit's going to go, and I was trying to keep the edges kind of like rough, but it's gonna get rougher as I do like more shadows and the highlights. That's where really the roughness, where it looks more meat suit versus just random red. But yeah, so put that everywhere you can go. And then you're also eventually going to do the gem that's on the forehead. And then there's another gem in that kind of like cutout space on her chest for another diamond. But I ended up putting that on much later. So now I'm going in with black just to kind of push more the corners and certain spots down further, so it kind of stands out a little bit more. And of course, I'm doing the area down below where you can't really see it because I gotta lean forward. So apologies, but you can see it up here. I'm doing the same thing. So just like where the deeper edges are gonna be, that's where we're pushing it in. And then on some spots, I'm pushing that even in that black into the red to kind of create more that harsh, ripped like appearance of like meat that's been joined together that shouldn't have been joined together in spots. So yeah, that's what we're doing with the shadows here. We're just going around, getting that shade in everywhere we can, and just making it look like it's standing off of our flesh versus our flesh. So yeah, I'm just going back and forth until we think that's right. And then I'm going in with a white liquid liner from NYX. The I normally always use. I'm not going to leave this white. I will end up putting a hot red / orange color over top of this. That way it kind of looks more like meat and like meat highlights versus just white. Not that there's anything wrong with white, it's just, I don't know, it's very stark against it, and we're not going for stark. We're trying to go for somewhat realism, like in the game. So, but those white really can go to your advantage of making it look more ripped and like jagged versus how it was before. So use it to your advantage. Play around with different tones of red, because then you'll get that really meaty texture. How else do you describe this besides it's meat? We're wearing meat. She wears meat. Yeah, so okay, now I'm doing the 2 diamonds here, and I'll go over and make them deeper and like more detailed with shadows. The red that I had was not the right red. So here we go with the red orange. And we're just gonna cover all of that up. Then I did do all of this buy paint over on Twitch. I do buy paints every weekend. Generally it's going to be on Saturdays, but this week was on Sunday just because I was celebrating my mom's birthday on Saturday. Now I'm taking a darker red. It took me a while to find the right red, and we're just creating more texture in the meat suit. So just kind of going here and there on it and just find random patches to push in, because it's someone's skin or something. I don't know what she's wearing, but like it's not gonna like sit perfect, you know? So just kind of trying to create some texture and some depth and details in that meat. It sounds so wrong to say that, but it's true. Now I'm going in with the white liner, and we're going to make the chains, the one that's on my forehead, and then the ones that go across the chest that kind of are her decoration pieces on this like meaty cortex? That's not the right word. Corset. On her corset. I am going to be going over these with shadows and liner to actually make it look more like the chains. So I first went in, I think, with gray, and then I didn't end up liking that. So I went back over it with like a gold color. But first I'm doing black underneath where all the chains and stuff are, just kind of give it some dimension. And then I'm going in here with some liner just to start giving that detail of the chains. So kind of doing an outline, and then here's where I'm going with that gold, as I mentioned. I'm not going to do that on the top one because that's supposed to be very silver. And then I'm taking the black liner to create kind of those lines in the chain, try to kind of make it look more chain-like versus not chain-like. You know what I mean. And then I'm doing the outline type of stuff on the forehead as well, and making chains up there too. And then we're gonna go in with some like a darker color on the chain just to kind of make it look more three-dimensional, and then going back in with black one more time. And then I'm going to take a dark red after that and a light red and some white highlight to kind of create the dimension on the two gems to make them look more realistic looking. And then I'll set those with the same colors that we did with everything else. Put on some mascara, some lashes. Oh, don't forget to do your waterlines, always important. Now we're picking out our lashes. I went with Legendary from Ariazo's Cosmetic, putting that on. And then I decided I wanted just a few more like kind of like lines, just, you know, give more, even more dimension to the meat suit. Whoever this poor outfit came from had veins, so you know it's gonna be reflected on the meat suit. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm using a darker red to kind of do that. But this is pretty much the finished look. I hope you guys all like it. If you did, give this video a big old like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Okay, bye!